Welcome, Elaine Love. Welcome to the ABGs. Chapter 1, Giving. As children, we all learned our ABCs, and that's important. But as adults, we need to step up our game, actually quite a bit. As adults, it's about the ABGs. Always be giving, always be growing, and always be grateful. There was a book I read called All I Really Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. Those principles are still very valid today. Principles about valuing each other, about playing nice, sharing. So many things that are important as adults. But as adults, we need to step up our game, actually quite a bit. As adults, it's about giving, it's about growing, and it's about gratitude. Think for just a minute about the things you learned as a child and how it has affected you as an adult. Chapter 1, Giving. To some of us, it seems like we've been giving all of our lives, and some of us really have. It's true that it actually means more, in many cases, to the giver than it does to the receiver. If it's done in a cheerful spirit, if it's done in a very happy, loving, willing manner, if it's done with an unselfish spirit. There's one thing that each and every one of us can do. Do something good for someone today with the absolute knowing they could never repay you, nor do you even want them to repay you or expect them to repay you. You're simply doing it for the sake of doing something nice for someone else. That is so important. When I owned the property management company in Steamboat Springs, Mountain Castles, employees frequently came in my door. Once in a while they wanted to borrow money. Other times they just wanted a mature ear to listen to their problems. And at other times they actually wanted advice. This is a very important gender distinction. Gentlemen, many times when a lady comes to you with a problem, she simply wants to talk it out. She wants the catharsis. She wants to openly verbalize to another caring person the entire situation and all potential solutions. She is not necessarily asking for your advice. She just wants to speak out loud to another person who really cares and verbalize not only the entire problem, but all potential solutions. And part of giving is being a good listener. Does not mean a pity party. It does not mean a whine session. It does not mean complaints. It simply means discussing all the positives and negatives of every potential solution and then being able to select the very best possible choice of action. In many cases, it's easier to hand money to a child or even to an employee than to teach them the valuable skill of thinking through a problem, thinking through all the potential solutions in order to be able to select the one that is really best for them. It's developing a very important habit. Giving of our time and focused attention is sometimes one of the sweetest and most valuable gifts we can ever give. A small child brings you a bird's nest, which they find utterly fascinating. A bird's nest was probably not on the top of our priority list right now. But those few minutes spent with the child, letting them show you this wonderful treasure that they found, will help that child for the rest of their life, because it told them they were so valuable. An adult cared enough about them to take the time to listen. That will mean a great deal to that child for years to come. Giving time to an older child or even an adult to help them develop the habit of analyzing the best solution will form a pattern which will assist them in everything they do for the rest of their life. Giving time to an employee to really hear their ideas. Sometimes it will help you come up with a better solution than either one of you originally had, and it will truly enhance company profits. Whenever an employee came to me with a problem, I required they also come in with at least one potential solution to solve the problem. Sometimes just the act of thinking of a possible solution changed it from a complaint session to a problem-solving situation. Whether their solution was best or not had nothing to do with it. It was the exercise of coming up with a potential solution. They learned a valuable approach to a situation. Sometimes giving of your time is one of the sweetest and most valuable gifts you can ever give.